Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss again about the associated type. It is an extension of the last video, and like I promised that in this video I'm going to show you how we can create a navigation pattern using associated types. I call this pattern as the ACT navigation pattern, which means it's an associated type navigation pattern. So I already have a project here, and what I have done here is very basics. You can see here I have the login view controller, I have the dashboard, I have the product as well. And what I'm trying to do here is just like the coordinators, they have their own coordinator for each view controller. Here you are going to have your own navigation for each view controller. So like I'm into login view controller, if I have to do login, sign up, registration, forget password, all these links will be attached to the login navigator. And when I click on this, it will go to the dashboard or any other view controllers. And then this dashboard will have its own specific navigator. So let's jump into the code and let's see that in action. Okay, so I have the dashboard, product view controller and the login view controller already made. So it's just basic. I've just added the action here, and I've given one action to the product view controller and one action into the dashboard view controller. I think I don't have the action here, but I think we will be clear in between these two only. So what I'll do first here, I'll create one a group here, and I'll name this as the navigators. And then in this I will create first file, which I will call as the connect board. So this will be responsible for creating an instance of the storyboard and then taking the view controller, whichever is using it. So we have already done this before. So let me write protocol connect board. Then I will have a static function here. I will call it as get instance, and it will return self. Okay, now I will implement this function in the extension of connect board, and like this I would say static function get instance and return self. Okay, and I want that where self should be UI view controller. Okay, so let me create the instance of UI storyboard first. STORY storyboard. The name would be main here. Bundle we would keep for now as nil. I will assign this to a variable, and then I would say return story dot instantiate string describing self, whichever view controller is using it, and it should be of type self. Okay, so we have something not correct here. Cannot find you. Okay, because we don't have the import UI kit. It should be fine now. Okay, let's move to the next file, and I will call this file as the base navigator. Okay, so I will create one protocol here. I will call it as base navigator, and my first function would be static function navigate. Then I would say to page, and what can I give here? For now, let me write as any page I want to navigate. So okay, this is it. And let's now go to now create one more file, and I will call this as the login navigator. Okay, and here I will create a structure. I would say login navigator, and it implements from the base navigator, and hence it should have that stub function here. Okay, so what I'm going to achieve here is like if I pass a view controller that I want to go from login to the dashboard, I should navigate from here. But this would be like specific to any one page. So the current project which I'm going to show you here is about the associated type. But before getting into associated type, there is one more interesting thing which we can do here is we can create an enum of links. And then we can make this enum as generic using associated type. So how we can do this, let's see. So let me create an enum here, and I would say this as the login links. And let me write the case first here is maybe go to the home page and give me a VC, which is kind of a controller. And then another case would be like go to sign up. And another case would be like go to forgot password. Okay, so now again I need an import here, UI kit. So now what we can do here is instead of passing any, we can pass the enum here. So let's go back to the base navigator and write here login links. So now if we come here, we'll get login links, and let me write the switch statement here to page. Okay, now it would say to be exhaustive. So okay, print something. We won't require this because our example will finish on the first navigation only. So okay, so now here I want to say, okay, if it's in home action, I want to navigate it to the home. So what I'll do here is I will write let me call this as page. Okay, so I would say page dot navigation controller dot push, and I need the I need the UI view controller from that main storyboard. So if you remember how we do that, we wrote connect board for that. And what we are going to do here is I'll go to the login view controller and I would say implement connect board, and now we can get the instance which is by default implemented here in this extension. So when we go to the this navigator, login navigator, we can write here dashboard view controller dot I'm sorry, not dashboard, login view controller dot get instance. Now we have the view controller, and I would say this as true. Okay, so now should this work? Let's check it out. Okay, let me run it. First login. Okay, we have not written the tap action here. So when you click on the login button, it should call the login navigator dot, and we are calling the navigate protocol function. And which page? We'll say, okay, go to home VC, and what should be the kind of VC? It should be self. Just one line. Okay, and let's run it now. So if you see here, I click on the login, it doesn't get, it is not navigating. So what's the problem here is, I think, yes, we are using here page.navigation view controller, but we haven't given the navigation to the view controllers. They are like standalone view controllers. So what we need to do here is we will go here to the first one and we'll say embed with the navigation view controller, and now it should be fine to work. Let's check. I click on this. Oh, it came to the login page again. So let me check what went wrong here. Login navigator. Okay, what did we pass from login view controller? Okay, we said, okay, home, self, and then we went here, push view controller. We need to pass here the dashboard view controller. And here in the dashboard view controller, we need to implement the connect board, and now it should be fine. I'm sorry for that. Yes, now it's working. So till now we haven't used the associated types. Now where does it comes into picture is, now if you see that in this base navigator, it is specific to login links. What if I want to make this enum as generic? I want it should be dashboard navigation links when it comes to the dashboard page. It should be product navigation links when I come to the product page. So for that, what I can do here is I can write associated type, associate, okay, and I can pass associate here. So now what I will do here is, as you know about the associated types, I go here and I would say in the login navigator, I would say here, okay, not here, maybe here, I would say type alias associate act as a login link. Then I'll pass associate here, and it would still work because now associated type is acting as a login link. You see. Now what if I want to go to dashboard? This is the advantage of using associated type here. So what I can do here is I can go to the navigators, create one more navigator here, and I would call this as dashboard navigator. So this is my dashboard navigator. I would call struct dashboard navigator, and it implements from the the base navigator. I would have my type alias here as, and here I will say, okay, associated type act as a, let me write an enum for dashboard here, like dashboard links, and for now I'll just write one case, and I would say product, and here I would say pass VC as UI view controller, of course import UI kit, and now I can say, okay, here you act as a dashboard links, and then I can call that stub here. I don't know why it gets switched. It looks better here. So if you know the reason why it happens, just let me know in the comment box. And now I have this, and I can pass associate or maybe dashboard links, whatever you like. So now here this is acting as a dashboard link. So what we can do now, we'll write this switch statement and we'll say, okay, to page, and this would be like product, and the VC would be to page, or maybe I would say let to page. So this is a kind of associated values. Okay, and let me remove this default. Okay, now here I'm going to navigate from the dashboard to the product page. So what I'm going to do here is, I would say, to page dot navigation controller dot push, and now I need to get the instance of the product view controller. So let me first use the connect board here. Now it has the get instance function, so I can say product controller dot get instance animated as true, and in the dashboard view controller, on the tap of that button, we'll say navigate it will be which dashboard navigator dot navigate to page. It will be to product page, and what will be the current view controller? It will be self. That's it. So let's check it out. There is one bracket missing. Okay, I go to the dashboard and I go to the product. Okay, so let's rephrase what happened here. We created the instance of Storyboard to get the instance of view controller, and then we created the base navigator, wherein my function is acting as a generic associated type, and I can pass my enums here. Enums will be responsible for holding the links which I have to pass, and similarly it will happen for the dashboard as well. So what I'm doing here is I'm making this enum as generic when I'm passing into the parameter of the protocol. So this was all about this, how we can create a navigation pattern using the associated type. I think this is super easy and very interesting, and I have already used it in one of my hackathon projects while I was working into Swift UI. So you can use this pattern in Swift UI as well. You can pass, instead of navigation controller, you can pass the navigation links, and that's how it works. It's very simple. We can also use this pattern to transfer the data from one view controller to the other using the enum cases. Let's see how we can do that. So what I'm going to do here is I've already copied and I'll just paste here the dashboard model. Say for example, this username and nationality is coming from the login page. Now I'll go to the login navigator, and here in this case I would say dashboard model as dashboard model, and then this is a kind of associated value and then I'm going to get this value like this here. And now say for example, I have got the username and the nationality from the login service, and now I'm navigating to the dashboard. So how can I supply this value using this framework? So what I can do here is, instead of adding this here, I'll create one var vc equals to this, and then I will say vc dot. Okay, here I have to create one instance of model here. It should be of type dashboard model. I'll make it optional. So let's go back, and then I click here this, and I say model equals to what model is coming from the associated value. So this is vc.model equals to model. Okay, and that's how we can pass it. And instead of this, now we can write vc here. So this is how we can also achieve, how we can transfer the data from one view controller to the other using this navigation pattern. And you can see how much enums is helpful into this. Hopefully you like this navigation pattern, and if you like it, please do like, subscribe and comment, and do share this video to your peers and colleagues around you. Thank you for watching this video.